Good afternoon, everyone. Let me center you. Remember, it's an opposite direction. Here we go. Okay. So, today is day 10 of Operation 200. I woke up after 10 this morning. So, needless to say, I did not go walking. I went to bed almost 1 o'clock last night, and I didn't even realize how late it was. I had my watch set for 7 o'clock. I've got it set to go off at 7 during the weekdays, and it did. It woke me up, and I turned it off, and well, usually when I sleep in anywhere from about 8 o'clock to 9:30. And so I was really blown away when I saw that it was after 10. So I'm not over bothered about that because, if you sleep in, your body must have needed it. And it wasn't like I was forcing myself to sleep. I was just out. I was out. So, um, I am going to try to walk this evening, though, if the weather permits. We've got some storm on the way. We've already had a real quick downpour. It only lasted I'm watching a tiny bird over in my neighbor's. Anyway, uh, the rain only lasted about hardly a minute or two, and it was real hard, real hard. So, but I understand that there may be a bigger storm approaching by 2:30 or something like that. So honestly, I don't know. I guess in a way it's a good thing that I didn't go walking, but it wasn't raining this morning. So I might have been able to get away with it because I'm usually done by about 10 or so when I get out around 7:30, because I've got it set up that my watch gets me up at 7, and then I can be out the door within the hour. It's according to what I'm having to do. So I was kind of thinking though, and I believe the Holy Ghost had put it on me because my body is His temple, and we're supposed to take care of the body we dwell in, take care of the temple that the Holy Ghost lives in. And if I'm abusing it, even through exercise, then that's not very good either. That's just as bad as me destroying it by overeating, you know. So I'm wondering if it would work out better. Like I said, I feel like the Holy Ghost gave this to me. That maybe me putting all my steps in the evening. Now that may mean that I don't get as many steps as I would like to because I'm really liking doing between 26 and 30 or more. So I don't know if I would be able to accomplish that many steps. Oh, my mockingbird is close. Do you know? I read the description of the mockingbird, and it said that they're not as timid around humans as other birds. I find that most generally a cardinal isn't too awful afraid to get close either, as long as you don't make sudden moves. He's just so beautiful. Anyway, so I am connected to an app called Reward, and you could cash out at 1,000 points, $10, and it awards you so many points to get so many steps during the day. Now, by me walking in the evening and knowing how it gets me feeling if I overwalk, I don't know if I would be able to achieve the full points allotted. I might would be able to, because the highest points, they put you up on level. If you complete the circle, the amount that they give you to walk, they up you another amount of points. They put you up on another level. Whatever level you're on, if you achieve your goal the next day, you get that in points. So right now I'm on level 35. So that means if I would, because I think they've got me set to do like 26,000, 27,000 steps, something like that. So if I would achieve that, I would get 35 points because that's what level I'm on. The good thing is it doesn't look like they're upping my step count. That's all the water that's dripping off of the tree from that earlier rain. Anyway, I don't know if I would be able to achieve the steps that I want in an evening walk. But I did notice, like Tuesday when I did my morning walk, and even though I didn't do as many steps as I did the day before, and because, like, let me back up just a little bit so that you can understand what I'm jabbering about. So, Monday, I got back to walking after taking more or less a 2 week hiatus. And I had walked in the morning and then I'd walked in the evening, and I had done a complete total of 32,000 and some odd steps. So that was good. That was so very good. And immediately the next morning, Tuesday morning, I went and I walked the same routine. And when I got back to the house, now it's raining. When I got back to the house, I was so stiff. I was miserably stiff. And I hadn't fed the cats yet because I feed them in the morning. When I'd gotten up, it was too early to feed them. So I had waited until I'd gotten back to feed them, and I couldn't even hardly bend down to pick up their bowl. I was that stiff from walking Tuesday morning after doing a morning and evening routine Monday. So yesterday, me taking a break was very good. But in consideration how that it made me feel to do a morning walk and evening walk consecutively, I don't know if I can handle that kind of physical strain. And I don't know if it would improve or not either. Um, and I think that's what the Holy Ghost is directing me about, that I am really seriously putting my body under a major strain where I am having to carry this weight the way I am. Now, as I get lighter and in better shape, I may be able to take on more steps. I don't know. But as it happens at this time, it's just a little bit too much pressure on me. It's pressure on my lower back, my pelvis area, my knees, my ankles, my heels, and it makes it very painful to walk, to do that many steps. It seriously hurts. And then to try to get up and walk around. My dad had injured himself back when he was a young dumb teen or sometime or another. And it ended up kind of messing with his back. And so now in his older age, he's constantly walking like a crooked cane. He hardly ever straightens up. Sometimes me and my mother will video chat on Facebook Messenger, and on occasion, my dad will come into the background, and he's so crooked over, you know. And I don't want to get in that position like that. When I've done a hard walk and I get up and I'm stiff and I'm bent over and I'm trying to get my body to straighten up and become flexible again, I guess you could say. I think about my dad, and I don't want to get myself a into a position that I can never straighten back up. I enjoy mobility. I enjoy being able to walk. I enjoy getting to explore and be adventurous. And if I get myself into a position that I can't move or get out of bed or get up to the couch or whatever, I'll never get to enjoy that. So I'm going to have to do better about pacing myself and not overdo it or whatever. I thought I was doing good with the route that I was doing and that I would increase it by one lap every week. But I've got to be able to conquer the first lap. So I want to be able to earn the points on reward, but at the same time, I'm not wanting to push my body to the point that I can't utilize it anymore. And it's a tussle. I know that if this is the Holy Ghost telling me what I need to do and not do, then it would work out so much better for me in the long run to do what He's instructed me than it would be for me to do my own thing and then end up injuring myself in the long run. So He knows what I would like to do and what I would like to achieve. And God's way is always the right way as long as you obey. And maybe I could get away with doing a single lap in the morning so that I'm anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000 steps in for the start of my day. And then just go on ahead and finish up with the usual that I was doing Monday and Tuesday. And maybe that would be easier on my body. Unfortunately, that would still only put me anywhere from 24,000 to 26,000 steps, but that might end up working out just fine. Um, just as long as I haven't worn myself out so much that I can't move. But at the same time, I'm keeping the blood flow, my muscles flexible, my metabolism burning hot, and me being able to lose the weight. And that is the two key things that I'm aiming for, is to lose the weight and to have more energy. That's my entire full goal. That is one reason why I had started on March 25th the 50,000 step challenge, which was to take place in 30 days, which of course I had to end that last week on Monday when I ended up coming so close to having the heat stroke. So I completely ended it, postponed it until the end of the year during fall when the temperatures would start coming down. But I'm telling you, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I might not actually put myself at that challenge, but what I may do is take one specific day and try to do as many steps as I can toward 50K. But that would be during the fall, and by then I should be more flexible, lighter in weight, if everything works out the way I'm expecting it to. Then I should be able to come close to achieving that goal. But as far as that goes, I don't think I'm going to finish it, because I had like 8 days left for the challenge. And I had managed 39,000 steps, just a hair of being 40,000 steps last Monday when I came close to the heat stroke. So if I would have continued the challenge, it's a possibility I would have finally beat the 50K, but I couldn't take a chance of doing that again. So, but as long as I am walking and keeping my metabolism heated up, keeping it burning good, running strong, I know that I've got a good chance of at least losing the weight the way I am right now and being able to complete the challenge of being so much by the date. So, in my weight today, I came in at 221.0. Yesterday, I was 221.0. Now, when I got on the scales, it flashed 220.2. But at that time, I had also reached over to turn on the light switch. So I guess I kind of got a little light on my feet. But nonetheless, I saw it. And I was excited with the thought, yeah. But then it finally settled with 221.0. So, all right. But that's still good. It's not a gain. I would prefer a loss, but it's not a gain. So I'm fine. And 221 isn't bad. So I did strength train this morning. 10 count push-ups, 10 count plank. Next Monday, I will up the count to a total of 15 for both push-ups and planks. So I'm going to continue doing that. I'm not straining with that. I'm not straining with that one bit, so I can definitely keep up with that. But I have got to work this walking thing out so that I am satisfied with how many miles and steps I'm taking, while at the same time I'm not breaking myself down to the point that I can't move. So I got to do that. I got to work that out, which means it's going to force me to be even more focused on my meal prep, my planning, and my portions. But I do notice that if I get out the door by around 7 in the evening, that definitely does keep me and prevent me from eating later in the evening. So that's a great thing. That is a very great thing. So I won't have to worry about that so much. I've just, I've got to keep my mind on everything that I'm doing at all times and not get distracted and not pay any more attention. So, yeah, as long as I'm having to um, reorder, I guess you could say, my steps, it always comes down basically to just how much you eat, when you eat, and a lot of times what you eat. If you eat too much of a good thing, what I mean by good thing is what we enjoy the most, that can backfire. So, um, I need to keep that in mind. My weight loss isn't in how much I walk. My weight loss is how much and how little I eat. So I got to take care of that, keep up with that. And the only way for me to really bust that wide open is for me to make sure that I keep a balanced meal. So yesterday I had two little baked potatoes. They were very little potatoes, so I fixed me two. And I had bacon bits, cheese, and ranch on them. Thought I saw something crawling over there. Oh no, it's a bird. It's a bird. Anyway, so I had the two baked potatoes. I had a they labeled it bottom round thin slice, and it's very 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 thin sliced steak, but they're pretty good size, pretty good size. And I had broccoli, and then for dessert I had, it was like 5 pancakes, but they were very thin pancakes because I made the batter thin, very thin, and not very big in diameter. They were small enough to go onto a saucer plate. So that's what I had for dessert. You wouldn't believe, sometimes breakfast items makes a great dessert. Um, I don't know if I shared with you that I had pot pie, breakfast pot pie. I think I did. I shared that with you yesterday on my live stream. But this morning, I just had a bowl of Greek vanilla honey yogurt, and now I'm going to share something with you on that. Um, when Greek yogurt first came out, I didn't like it. I didn't like its texture. It was too thick and almost gritty, and I didn't like it. And then I discovered the brand Greek Gods. and they had honey vanilla. And I tried it, and I loved it. It was good, very good. And then I tried their honey because they was out of the honey vanilla. It was good. And the Greek Gods brand is close to $6 a tub. And Walmart has come out with this new brand. It's not just deep crate or great value, but it's actually better goods. So that makes 3 personal brands for Walmart now. And I hadn't tried the Greek yogurt and the great value, but I decided to go on ahead and try the Better Goods Greek yogurt because they had honey and vanilla, and it's only $4 a tub. And it is actually better than the Greek Gods. It's got a much better flavor to it, and for it being relatively $2 cheaper, I'll go for it. Now, the reason why I'm eating yogurt, and I don't eat it every day, but yogurt is awesome for intestinal health and keeping good bacteria in the gut. And it's just, well, I'll put it to you like this. I don't have so much of a problem with constipation as long as I make sure that I have a good balance, because supposedly like coffee works great as a laxative and as a diuretic, but for me it doesn't quite do that as it does for others. But it does work for me to have a good combination of either the Greek yogurt or spring mix salad and my coffee. And so on occasion, it's real good to have a nice little, you feel better in the end. Your gut is cleared out for a while. So, but I kind of hated that I didn't get to go walking this morning. I hate that really bad. But I guess I just needed the sleep. And I do feel better for it. I'm not so sore. Rich, yesterday I felt decent, but today I feel a little better. So now I'm going to do my best to try to get 20,000 to 27,000 steps a day. I was wanting to keep bringing myself closer to a specific goal so that I would be able to do 50K in the fall. But I don't know. I need to stop being so pushy. But when it comes to things like that, I expect better from myself. That's just the kind of person I am. I expect better. So I'm going to have to kind of give myself a break and realize that with my age and the weight combined, I'm going to have to not pamper myself, but not put myself to a position where I'll regret later. No matter how bad I want to lose the weight, it isn't worth damaging myself. So, my Catherine's crying. She'd like to be out here with me. She didn't know I was coming out when I came out, though. So, we might get that storm. The clouds look kind of black. but they're not they're not solid. They're not solid. There's black clouds and lighter clouds, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I've got to recalculate, I guess you could say. Recalibrate, recalculate, calibrate, figure, replan, go back to the chalkboard, But as long as I keep it steady and keep the watch on how I eat, just making sure that I stay mental about it and not mindless, and I do keep moving, at least I know that I will be doing something. And I really do want to make these achievements. I really honestly do. Now, I had noticed that I had made a mistake in Tuesday's live stream. So I've got to correct it. I had said that what I was planning was after Operation 200, I would go from June 2nd to July 1st and aim to lose another 15 pounds, which would make it Operation 85, 185. And then from July 2nd to October 1st, there, get your brain together, Amy. From July 1st or July 2nd, August 1st, I would go for another 15 pounds, which would make it Operation 175. Now, in my live stream Tuesday, I went on to say, and then from August 2nd to September 1st, another 15, which would make it Operation 165. No, that's only 5 pounds. And I was re-listening to that live stream from Tuesday. I was re-listening to it this morning. And I got thinking, no, Amy, you're wrong. And it seems so unreal, the true calculation, but that would make it Operation 155. From 170, it would make it 155, 15-pound loss. And it seems so unreal because, you do the math. Like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. You lose another 5 pounds off of 85. That makes you at 80. And then 80 to 70 is 10. That's 15. And from 70 to 60 is 10. And then another 5. That would put you at 155. Like, so from August 2nd to September 1st, I would be aiming to lose another 15 pounds. That would put me at 155, so it would be Operation 155. And then September 2nd to October 1st, wow. Because I had figured, because I was doing this thinking while I was walking Tuesday morning. And when I'm walking and I'm exhausted, I don't think straight. I don't think very straight at all. And so here I was trying to run this through my mind, what my operation such and such would be from what month to what month. And in my consideration, in my calculation, I was thinking that by December I would have 5 pounds left to go. But if from July 2nd, let's see, July 2nd, that would be Operation 170. So from August 2nd to October 1st would be another 15 pounds, putting me at 155. That actually really brings me up. So from September 2nd to October 1st, 10 to 15 pounds more. Say 10 pounds, that would make it Operation 145. Or 15 pounds, that would make it Operation 140. And then for the month of November, I would only have 5 pounds, right? So I'm going to try to do these monthly increments of so much pounds to lose. But if everything works out right, hopefully by my birthday, I will be at my goal of 135. And if everything really works out right, the way I would like for it to, that means that I should already be 135 for up to around 2 months by my birthday. So, you hear that? Sounds like it's coming. Not the truck. Not the truck. I didn't want you to hear the truck. But anyway, yeah, the wind is picking up. My housemate had called from work. He said that the forecast is that the wind is supposed to reach up to 60, so it may do it. And supposedly, like hail-sized stones, hail stones. It looks pretty nasty down that way. Um, Pretty dark. But that would kind of make it coming from the north. Anyway, um, so yeah, that's pretty well my thought and plan for now. For now, um, of course, it can always change. Just as long as I'm not damaging myself and putting myself into a position that I can no longer walk. And I know that walking is very good for a person, but as I get lighter, I'll be able to increase my steps, I'm sure. But I'm not going to put myself into a bad position right now. I'm going to have to really be more careful about that. Just for the time being. Just play it a little smarter. And who knows, by fall time, I might really be light on my feet and stepping it up. Really doing some good hefty stepping there and feeling good about it. So we'll find out. Anyway, I would love for Jens to sit here and watch the storm with me, but there's no guarantee that we would keep a signal because it looks like right now I don't have all that much of a signal anyway. I've got more of my Wi-Fi, but I don't actually have the internet signal that I need. It shows me to have green, which means I'm good, but I don't know. So anyway, it's actually dipping. The temperature is dipping. And we may end up with that storm that was talked about. So I'm going to go on ahead and let you all go. I would love to have a longer live stream with you, but at least I pretty well covered the basis of where I'm at, what I'm thinking, what I'm going to attempt to do, and just go from there. So anyway, I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And by you joining me and watching these videos, that to me, I'm taking that you're supporting me on my weight loss journey. So I do appreciate that. And I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if I do go walking this evening, I will give you a short conclusion video with a screenshot of how many steps I did. I will. If I don't go walking this evening, then I won't give you a little video. So be watching to see if a little video comes out or not. If there's no video tonight, that just means I didn't get to go walking this evening. Other than that, there will be if I get to it. So anyway, I'm going to get back into the house because it is really dipping cold out here. That storm is coming in fast. So anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. And I will see you tomorrow with another live stream, if not a conclusion video tonight. I love you and have a great rest of your day.